Shanti, I think we can get started and then people can join as per their convenience. There are
Sure.
few employees who are stuck in some meetings that have got extended.
Okay. No
So we'll
problem.
just start with the,
Certainly. Certainly.
yeah? Okay. First of all, a warm welcome to Shanti. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining the call. I would like to give you a quick introduction of what exactly this webinar is all about. So, we are here to understand and have a better understanding basically on the time management techniques for people like us who are like very busy professionals, and how exactly we can boost our productivity. So time management techniques are really crucial for busy professionals as they directly as that directly impacts the productivity and efficiency. By effectively managing their time, professionals can prioritize tasks, minimize distractions, and achieve a better work-life balance. And I think for an understanding of that, we wouldn't have been able to get a better person than Shanti. Shanti, over to you, and looking forward to learn
Thank
more
you.
about it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for a quick, beautiful introduction. And good afternoon, everybody, and a very warm welcome to this knowledge and skill capsule because that's going to be for just 40 minutes. So you need to pay a lot of attention to what is going on. And after paying attention to 40 minutes or 45 minutes, you might have to follow that for the next 21 days. So you could just tell to yourself, yes, I'm going to be attentive for the next 40 to 45 minutes and would pick up one or two things and start doing it for the next 21 days. Then this 40 minutes it will be very useful. So this is how I would like to set the platform for us. So next 40 minutes, take this mobile off your side and let's be focused because I'm just going to go through a little bit of techniques, not getting into the preaching mode of what to do and what not to do because we already know that, right? So let's go with the first one without taking much time. I just wanted to demystify the very concept of time management. So in your mind, when you think about time management, what is it that comes in your mind? Initially, when you think of time management, what are the few words that come into your mind? You can just unmute and quickly, because I don't want to get into typing mode, just speak up. What is it that when you say time management, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? You can unmute and share. Just unmute and tell me when you hear the word time management, what are the words that come to your mind?
Optimum
Better
utilization of time
productivity,
available.
Time available, okay. Yes, time available. Okay, what else? Well, I heard one more voice.
productivity,
Productivity, okay. Yeah, one more, and I think I can reveal what all goes in our mind.
prioritizing the work.
Sorry, prioritizing the work, very, very good. So these are the things that come into our mind when we think about time management. You said it right. And a lot of more things like we think about project management, we think about risk analysis, we think about setting goals, a budget, mission, control, task, prioritization, as you rightly said, and how to say a message and when to say. There are a lot of things. This is what comes to our mind. That is what we're going to demystify. So when I demystify it, you'll exactly know how to manage it. Okay, you'll exactly know what time management. Lesson number one is time management need to be understood as a matter of choice we make, right? What do I want to do? When do I want to do? How well do I want to do? The common thread that you see is I. What do I want to do, right? It is I. It's not about the time, it's about us. It's about us making a decision about organizing or making choices. So you always have a choice. Deciding what to do depends upon three things: your basic need, that's what you do, and how well to meet your current commitments, and also give some time to your unstructured activities. And when do I want to do and do it now? That's how it should be. And how well, the quality. So your decisions about what to do are actually the exact reflection of your highest value or your deepest belief. That's what you plan to do. And your decision upon when to do it, your organizing skills in your life, on when to do it and when would you do something which is very important at the optimum point of a time. It could be a daytime, it could be a particular week, or it could be a particular month, right? And your decisions about how to do it, its quality, are you able to give that much importance that that activity deserves? Right? So, which just means that you cannot manage time. What you can essentially manage is the use of time, right? And that means you have to constantly keep deciding about what should I do? What do I do? When do I do it? And how will I do it? So this is what is time management. It's not about other things. These are all outcomes of time management. So far that we have gone through, it is all about matter of choices in which you can utilize your time. So we have demystified the definition of time management so far. And some of the time facts is 70% of the business and professional people, we all use a to-do list, right? On a regular basis to administer their have tos, this have to be done today. And 20% of our workday is usually spent on crucial and important things. And 80% of the time is spent on things that have actually little or no value. Can you imagine? 20% an average workday we spend on something that makes a difference. And we feel that we don't have time because we're spending 80% of our workday in doing things that has no value, incidentally. And it always takes twice as long to complete a task as what we originally allowed. Let me complete this email in, let us say, 15 minutes. You time it, you would have only completed that email in 30 minutes. It takes twice the time. So sometimes we go wrong with that, and you suddenly think, where did all my time go away? I just sat on my computer and suddenly it's lunchtime and I've not completed even one thing that I wanted to do. I'm sure you're all shaking your heads. Yeah, we have gone through it. That's because we plan it that way. If you have a work for 1 hour, you should cushion it with another 1 hour because that's how it takes, that much time it takes. And just a small little quiz, spending 10 to 15 minutes every evening, like after your work, let us say your work your completes by 7 p.m. in the evening. If you spend 10 to 15 minutes every evening planning your next day, what do you think will be a saving per week? Make a mental calculation, each one of you, right? That's number one. Number two, in 1 hour of your scheduled time, you can get as much done as you could do in dash of your regular time. It's this 1 hour, this is what I'm going to do. If you have scheduled it, how much could you get it done in your regular time? And the third question is, what percentage of crisis management events are preventable? Because all of us in our busy schedule think that there's crisis, morning to evening, there is crisis. And these days you have manager, you have a crisis team, right? But these are all preventable. I'm not trying to snatch jobs, but these are all preventable, right? So if you've made a mental calculation, please, so I'm going to reveal the answers. If you spend 10 to 15 minutes every day, you can actually save up to 6 hours in a week, right? And 1 hour of scheduled time, you could have in 3 to 4 hours of regular time. So if you have scheduled it, you would have completed it. That you usually take 3 to 4 hours of your regular time. And 80% of our crisis management events are preventable. And this is happening because we have been understanding time management as managing the time and not as utilization of our time. So that goes into planning and scheduling. So we have demystified it, but there are certain obstacles which we can eliminate by knowing that few things like procrastination, because you don't like the work, so you're pushing it forward, and these are the reasons why you're not able to stick to the plan. Okay, so this is about time management. Again, the to-do list. The moment we talk about time management, You all have a beautiful diary. Another 2 months, you'll all buy a very expensive planner or download a beautiful application or on a mobile phone, link it with our smartwatch, even to drink water. To do every half an hour, I need to drink water. Every half an hour, I need to get up and shake my leg. You have so many to do this. Okay, this is the time I need to call my parents, and this is the time I need to have some personal time with my child. And this is the time you kind of do all kind of things, and you're tired because of your own to-do list, right? And I'm sure some of us have ended up doing absolutely everything other than the to-do list. So we are guilty that we could not keep the commitments that we set for ourselves also. And why is this happening? It's happening because we do not prioritize. We just write a to-do list and just keep the list long and say, well, I've got so many things to do. I'm a very busy person. And we don't end up doing everything because we think, "Nah, that's not important." If that's not important, why should be it on the to-do list? Is the question that you should think about. So the second lesson that we're going to do is we're going to learn two things, right? Which you must be already knowing, but we have to apply it in prioritization. One is time management metrics. You say, oh, I know the urgent, non-urgent. I know that matrix. I've been learning it from, I've taken training for people on time management metrics, so I know it. Well, good, congratulations. You also have activity priorities skills. There are two matrix that I'm going to take you through. Okay? So lesson number two is actually applying the prioritization based on your to-do list. Okay, so if some of you are familiar with the Eisenhower metrics, the urgency metrics or time management metrics, this is by Dwight D. Eisenhower, who is the 34th president of the United States and a five-star general during the World War II. So he gave this idea, and that's why it's called Eisenhower metrics. Just for additional information, so you have four quadrants, and which is urgent on one end, and the other one is important. A lot of things that are work, which is urgent as well as important. Crisis, crisis, crisis. Morning you come, phone calls, emails. Something has gone wrong. Somebody left the company. Some error in your proposal. So many things go on. Crisis, pressing problem, known problem. You don't know how to solve it. Deadline approaching, bug in your project. So these are all urgent and important. Everything else takes a back seat. So this is what keeps you going and gives us an adrenal rush that we are doing a great job. You're very important in the organization, but friends, you don't get paid for it. Okay, because it's your problem. What you get paid for is the second metrics, which is not urgent, which is and also important. The amount of relationship building that you plan, okay, the time spent in building relationship with your clients, your partners, your stakeholders, the schedule that you have on your calendar to do that, looking for new opportunities, not finding jobs in LinkedIn, but new opportunities for your business. That actually makes your utilization of time better. Plan for long term. What do you want to do the next 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year? Where do you want yourself and your business to move forward? What are the preventive things that you can do so that you don't end up in this crisis, right? And what are you doing yourself for your personal growth? What is that which you're skilling yourself on? And how are you spending your time on recreation? Are you taking care of your health? Are you going for outings? All this has to be planned. And if your quadrant two is very healthy, long, and that's where you should be, for which the company is paying you for, and being very proud of you for you to be in that organization. Quadrant three is urgent, but not important. Again, this is one thing that makes you get a feeling that you are a most important person in the organization. So you're getting interrupted. You're going through the emails in the morning, 3 a.m. You get up, you check your mail. You have calls, you have meetings, you have popular activities that keep you in the limelight, like pressing matters. All this is something which you can avoid. That you can some extent eliminate, or you can delegate these activities. And quadrant four, as you rightly guessed, is not urgent, not important. Trivia, time wasters, gossiping, pleasantry activities, and going through the social media for something, so you understood the four quadrant and where our focus has to be on quadrant two. When you focus attention on quadrant two, your to-do list will look something like that, where 9 a.m., this is what I'm going to do, 10 a.m., because you're taking care of your personal life. You have your relationship building, conference call with clients, you have a coffee meeting. It might not be something business related, but relationship building. So you have your days scheduled around the future. It's not just the crisis. And as you start focusing on the Q2, quadrant two, your Q1 or those things that you do every day will make more sense to the organization and yourself, right? So focus on task related to the quadrant two, which is planning. So as I told about, that is prioritization. The second one is what is called as action priority matrix. This helps you focus on those things that gives you a good idea about the quick wins, right? So there's so many things that you could do in a day, but divide that into four categories. 10 things to do. Divide them quickly into four categories. Is it a quick win? How much effort does it require? Low effort, but the impact is going to be high. Do it, right? If it is major project, high impact and high effort, it's going to take a lot of time. There could be some fill-ins also, a low impact and low effort. I don't know whether you want to deal with it. Maybe you can just leave it aside. But there could be also something where there are low impact and high effort. You do not know why you're doing it. That's thankless job. So focus on low effort and high impact first. Focus on high effort and high impact major projects that anyway has to be delivered. Prioritize that way, and low effort, low impact anyway could wait, and high effort and low impact push it outside your desk without any remorse. Say that it's not your job. No, this way you can manage, you can prioritize your work. Lesson three, very important, is that every day you're in a whirlwind of activities, right? So many things that you get involved, so many crises that you get into. Um, you're always in the limelight, you're always in the phone call, lunch and phone call, right? You're not paying attention to somebody. Uh, and year beginning, January, you might have had some goals in life, that takes a very back seat. And you're just focusing on what is urgent and what is important. That makes you think that, this is what you're meant for, this is what you're paid for. Sorry, that's not what we're paid for. So focus on things that are not urgent, but important. So only way to make sure that you are on track is to have something called WIG, right? What is WIG? It's wildly important goals. Though there are a lot of things that are happening every day, you should have some aspects of your life, your career, your physical health, your relationship. Have some goal for it. For example, if you have submitted for a 1 hour workout every day, right? Do it. If you come back from office at 9 p.m. after everything, 9 to 10, you have to complete that because that is the focus. Then you will think it doesn't make sense that I do this workout at 9 p.m. in the night. So I'll start adjusting my goal. If it's a relationship building, you need to have that agenda in, and there's no way you will get that out. If you're focusing on your career, if you're learning something, you committed and you're paid some 50,000 rupees for a course, that's widely important goal. You're committed to learn, irrespective of whether you have crises, escalations, and all that, rooted to your widely important, right? So this is the way you should be looking at your whirlwind and wake. And this is the answer to the question that all of you have in mind. 40 minutes, this lady is going to talk about prioritization, but in our office, in my desk, that doesn't work. Yes, 90% of the people say that. That is why only 10% of the people meet their goal and are successful in life, and rest of them remain just workers waiting for their salary check and bonuses, right? But it's up to you where you want to be, right? Fourth lesson, yes, the project sometimes is so big, overwhelming, you feel you can't do it. Have a technique which is called chunk, block, and tackle, right? You chunk those large projects into small tasks that can be completed in, let us say, 15 minutes time, right? You block it, block out each time to complete each chunk. Then tackle it, each task individually. So what happens is you're just like how you have your food, there's everything in the platter, right? What do? You go for a buffet. So many things are there. Yeah, you're overwhelmed, but I'm sure you don't put everything in the plate. Even if you put everything in the plate, you end up not eating what is so nutritious or so that's important, right? You would start eating what is in the edge of your plate. Instead, if you just take something on your plate which is manageable for 5 bites, you'll be able to kind of complete all these interesting things in the book. The same way, your work too. Take small pieces and tackle it, handle it, tackle it, leave it, tackle it, leave it, and you would finally see that your entire project is done very, very smoothly. And follow up, because it is not just the tackling the overcoming procrastination by chunk block. It is also that we might handle the projects, but sometimes we have procrastination for even following up with our people, right? So how do you follow up? There's a technique for that. I've just shown you a picture of email box, but it's not just email writing, it could be anything. You have an initial follow up, you kind of spoken to somebody, and that person is supposed to come up with an action plan, and you allow yourself for a week's time, and then you start following up with that person after your initial mail on the discussion. uh, Wait for 3 days time, exactly 3 days time. Follow up with that person either through a phone call or whatever it is, that day three. And when you follow up, don't follow up by just asking what happened. You're supposed to get back. Add some detail, add some points that help them to take a decision. Do some, assumptions that this person might be wanting some more detail, and add the details and follow up it on day three. Wait for some time, and on day seven, uh, this is the gap. Day seven, again, follow up with that person, saying that, asking them that if they need further help and when they can expect, and try different methodology on day 10. And 99% of the time, by day 14, you would have received what can be received. 99% of the time. And 1% of the time, it doesn't get happen because you're following up with the wrong person, or you're following up with wrong expectation, right? So so I'm sure why I say this 3, 7, 10, 14 is because this is exactly how we are followed up by social media. When we go and search a product on internet, after 2.5 days, or midnight of day three, you would have got an email, or you could have got a push-up button, or it should have shown up in your Facebook, Insta, somewhere, about the thing that you are searching for. Again, day seven, it would talk about the benefits, and it will say about the offer. And day 10, it will show about some testimonials, comparative analysis, and irresistible offers, a trial pack, things like that, which is irresistible for you. And by day 14, there could be somebody with a link saying that you can pay here and get it done immediately with an additional benefit of another pack along with you. And you would have made a decision, you know. So this is the way that you buy a lot of products on social media, right? And I'm going to ask you, can you please be on mute, please? Somebody has started talking. Yeah, thank you so much. The final lesson that I want to give you is I'm going to ask you a question. Did you eat your frog today? Do you like frogs? Do you like to eat frogs? Anybody can open up and tell me. Do you like to eat frog? Anybody? Would you like to eat frog?
No.
Why? Why?
I'm vegetarian.
Apart from being vegetarian, uh, what does it make you feel even for non-vegetarians to be supplied something like this? Yes, I don't think even a non-vegetarian would like to have something like this on the plate, do they? What could this mean? Any idea? What does this a frog on a plate mean? Wild guesses. You just have another 10 more minutes.
Day-to-day tasks.
But why frog? And I have shown you the time, the leaping frog, jumping frog. Okay. Okay. I will not tax you more. Every time you start doing something in your work which you like the most, there is one aspect of that in each task that you don't like, right? And because you don't like, you don't want to do it, right? That's the frog. That frog is something that you should eat first. So that the rest of the thing gets on very well. So moment you sit on, you come to the office, you log on, there could be one thing that you're not comfortable. Oh my God, I have to call this person. Oh, I have a meeting with this person. I have to complete this report. I have to, I don't like it. That's a frog. And when we have a mindset about that particular task that we call as frog, complete it first, then everything becomes easy because that frog is going to come back again, right? You can't get away. So please finish that off because that will take away a lot of your tension, right? That's the eat the frog. So we learned 4 lessons. That is, time management is about all about matter of choices that we make, right? And prioritization is not just doing to-do lists, but also knowing what to do when, using the matrices of urgent importance, focus on the quadrant 2, and focus on that requires low uh, effort and which has high impact. Grab that. We call it low hanging fruits. Then, though caught up in the whirlwind of activities, focus on your big, wildly important goals of your life. Procrastination, because the work is so big, chunk, block, and tackle. Don't get overwhelmed. And art of follow up, we procrastinate even there. Follow the methodology of breaking it up and 14 days time frame. You can find out different ways of following it up and complete that follow up. And final lesson is eat the frog, right? So any questions at this point of time? Because given that time, um, I was able to give you very, very, very quick, doable tips about time management for very, very busy professionals like you. Any questions that you want to ask me? Open. Okay, I just want to ask you a question. How long did you feel that this presentation took?
I think it was exact 40 minutes, Shanti.
But
It
it
was,
didn't appear it was 40 minutes. We thought we just started and it appeared like it's just 15 minutes, 20 minutes that I started talking. That's all.
yes, Yes, actually,
That
I was actually about to say that this was actually, I mean, a good example that how well a managed presentation can be managed in the given time. You also got
yes,
time to, summarize the whole presentation.
yeah,
That is,
yeah, yeah. Because it's a topic that you can go on and on, you know.
yes,
So
exactly.
40 minutes, what can people just join and get it, you know? So that there's going to be like 4 lessons and final lesson, eat the frog, which is so yucky, but people will remember. You know, they
Yeah,
think about frog.
definitely.
Oh my God, frog in my plate, frog in my plate. Right?
Definitely will remember that.
Thank you. Any other questions that you have or comment that you want to make, and what is it that you're going to take and run away with, and we can close this call, close this session capsule. Okay, I don't hear any other questions at this point of time.
Yes. And
So,
no issues, no worries. If they would have questions, then they can definitely reach out to you, Shanti ma'am. I think it was a really great session. In a very brief period of time, you could, explain us really a lot about time management. And the best part was the frog eating part. But yes, definitely, it was a good takeaway that we got from this call. Thank you so much for joining us,
thank
and
you.
thank you so
Thank
much
you.
to all the employees for being there and enjoying the session. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your kind words.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Wish you all the best. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.